I am awkward. Hey everyone, Paul Richmond here. Time for a little 2016 year in review. Thought I'd start by telling you some of my favorite things from the year, like music, movies, stuff like that, and then just kind of like go through some of my crazy adventures and experiences that I've had this year. And I really hope that you guys will share some of yours in the comments below too. Tell me about your favorite music and movies and all of that stuff, and also any fun stories that you have from your year. To start with, my favorite album of the year. Drum roll, please. Empire of the Sun, Two Vines. I love everything about this album. There's like not one bad song on this whole album. I absolutely love it. My favorite is High and Low, and I love the video. It's crazy and colorful. You guys should all go look it up if you haven't seen it. I love it so much. And I think High and Low is a very good theme for this little year in review video, because this year has had some highs and it has definitely had some lows. My favorite movie of the year, which is kind of hard because I haven't like gone to the movies much. I can't really even think of a movie that was playing at the theater that I thought, oh my gosh, I've got to go see that. What did I miss? Tell me. My favorite movie that I saw this year was The Little Prince, and it's on Netflix if you haven't seen it. It was my favorite book when I was a kid. What they did with the movie was brilliant, I thought. It captured the spirit of the story, but it totally added all these new elements and brought it into a totally, different time period and perspective and everything, and I thought it was super awesome. My favorite article of clothing this year, which I don't know if that's normally a category in these things or not, but I am making it one because I wanted to show this off, is my scarf that my husband knitted for me. Isn't it pretty? It's so big. I love it. He worked so hard on it. We sat there, in the evenings while we watched TV and stuff, and I'm usually working on my computer, and he is over there knitting away. And I just think he is so cute and adorable and even kind of like sexy when he's knitting, and he thinks that's really bizarre that I tell him that he looks sexy when he's knitting. I was going to be silly and say this is the only article of clothing I need and do the rest of the video this way, but this leather chair is a little cold on the skin, so scratch that. My favorite TV series, it's actually I think a couple years old, but we just discovered it this year. You'll find when I do these kind of things I'm always a little behind, so maybe you can help me get up to speed. But we discovered this series, I think on Hulu, called Please Like Me, and it's hysterical and quirky and kind of awkward and everything that reminded me of what it was like to be in my early 20s. My favorite new artist that I discovered this year, painter, is John Paul Mallozzi. He's been painting for a long time, but I just happened to really get into his work this year and been kind of following him on social media, stalking, whatever. So speaking of art, we'll go into a little recap of my year now. I began the year working frantically on paintings for my first museum exhibition at the Evansville Museum in Indiana. I had a show of my war paint work. A lot of my good friends, especially people who had posed for the paintings, made the trip out there for the opening, and so a lot of them were there, and we got to photograph them next to their paintings and stuff, and it was such a great experience. Thank you everybody at the Evansville Museum. One of the things that I've always kind of encountered throughout my career is that doing the kind of art that I do, I am a very serious artist. I do take my work very seriously, but there is also a very gay, campy, fun, silly side to it. And so I think a lot of people in the art world have a hard time separating the two or really taking you seriously. And I've been asked before by younger artists just starting out or whatever, do you regret like identifying yourself so much as a gay artist? Do you feel like that's held you back any? And my answer to that has always been no. I mean, being gay was so intrinsic to the kind of work that I was making, especially at first I was exploring a lot of the different feelings and experiences that came with coming out and being out and what that meant in my life and everything. So I couldn't possibly separate the two even if I wanted to. But that said, I do think that it has definitely limited me in some ways. So in that way, this show at the museum was just very validating and motivating for me. It was a reminder that I don't have to just be put into any particular box. So shortly after we got back from Evansville, there were some big changes and shakeups in our life that ultimately resulted in us making this move all the way across the country. Now, I had lived in Columbus, Ohio, or in various suburbs, but all kind of like very close to the city, my whole life. Everybody I knew, I went to college there, everything. So it's like my whole life was in Columbus. And then at the beginning of summer, I had to kind of like pack everything up and just be like, see ya, I'm going to California now. It's wonderful, but it was a huge adjustment, and I'm still adjusting. I love change. Like, I've been somebody who embraced change and was eager for new experiences and things, but this one has definitely been a big adjustment. But I'm really lucky that I have managed to make some new friends here already. I joined an awesome studio where there are great artists, and I am really starting to feel like this could be a really great place for us. So it's a new like launching pad, and Dennis is loving his new job, and we're finally getting the apartment settled. So things are looking good. The hardest part has been being away from our family and friends and everybody. We've been doing a lot of Skyping and phone calls and texts and all of that kind of stuff. And my mom and sister have already been out to visit. In fact, you might have seen the video my sister and I made on Carmel Beach in our onesies. We kind of shook things up over there a little bit. I don't think they quite knew what to expect when we came strutting through in that get-up. That's been the challenge, and all of our good friendships. It makes you really appreciate the awesome friends, the loyal friends, the people who are just, you know that you're never gonna separate from them. My friend Melissa, who you saw ride out with me on the trip here to California. We've done a few other videos together too. She and I have been friends since we were in college, and we will always be friends. My buddy Intern, we made a million videos together this year in Columbus. I miss him so much. We're gonna have to do some more Skype videos soon. But I've also made some great new friends here too, like Robert, who you saw last week talking about his Share album collection. This has been my first year as a YouTuber, like consistently. I started at the very beginning of the year with my Bob Ross video. I love it. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't. I'm a painter. I'm not a videographer. One of the other memorable real low points from this year, and sorry to be such a downer, but we'll just get these out of the way and then we'll end on a high note, I promise. But I'm sure for a lot of people in the community felt the same way when the tragedy at Pulse nightclub in Orlando happened. And it just, it really hit me hard, and a lot of other people. I had been to that club, but it could have been anywhere, and that was the reason why I think it was just so powerful. So I made this drawing of a hand taking another hand's pulse, and it was turned into a t-shirt by Traxler Tees in Columbus and sold as a fundraiser for the victims and their families. And we sold a ton of t-shirts. They had to stay late at night producing these extra shirts to send out. And shortly after that was Pride in Columbus, and so a big group of us wore the shirts and carried the artwork on a banner. Thousands of people all around, and there were so many people all along that walk wearing the shirt. It was such a moment of solidarity. And I want to really thank everybody who participated in that all around the world, posting pictures of yourselves wearing the shirts, helping to raise awareness and support the cause. It was very, very awesome to see. And special shout out to Trey Pearson from Everyday Sunday and Scott Hoying from Pentatonix, who also got involved and posted pictures wearing the shirts and helped to support the One Pulse project. This year's been full of a lot of various art projects and creative things that have kept me motivated and excited, from paintings, which you have seen a lot of those kind of in progress in my time-lapse videos, as well as book covers. I'm starting to show you a little of that process too, which is totally different. I do those all digitally. And I've also been really fortunate to be involved with my new studio in helping to put together an exhibit of the political cartoonist Bill Sanders, who his work from decades addressed the issues like gun control, women's rights, women's health, LGBT issues, racism, all of these things. People have been trying to address them for so long, and we just keep cycling back, a few steps forward, a few steps back. And that brings me to the last low. I'm not even going to say anything. I want to say one thing. I lied. We have such a need, all of us, myself included, when it comes to politics, to be right. And we will seek out news sources that validate whatever we think and feel. I've done that. And I don't think that helps further us in any kind of positive direction. I mean, I'm honestly devastated by the outcome of the election, and there's, you know, if you know anything about me, you know that. But I hope that I'm wrong. I mean, it doesn't look good. Already he's doing some terrible things that we need to be watching. But I would rather be wrong and have things go better than I'm expecting. So one of my New Year's resolution, one of the things that I have done is to block all of the fake news sites or the super biased news sources, because I don't need my news to tell me how to feel about it. I just want to hear what's actually happening. And I feel like that's a simple thing that people on both sides could do, because it's been so impossible to even have a conversation with somebody that you disagree with. I found it to be. I believe that we will need to fight and stand against this president at every step of the way, but I want to arrive at those conclusions myself and learn about what's happening from as unbiased a source as possible. Okay, this got super serious and intense. I'm sorry. To make it up to you, here are some bloopers and ridiculous moments from my first year as a YouTuber. Yay! Well, let's... So we have a blooper reel.
It actually looks like Alright, one more. Like another pose on there.
Go.
Alright, make sure you subscribe.
The mic fell.
Hi everyone, look who showed up. It's Patrick. Why are you here? What are you doing? I'm such a great host.
That was as obvious as it was.
We do want to be lived properly. Losing my hand.
I'm losing my dignity.
When we don't get in your feet, by the way.
Cut. So aside from the occasional mishap, I have tried to present a very dignified, mature approach to YouTubing. And you can bet that there is going to be more of the same in 2017. But so tell me, like, what were some of your favorite videos that you've watched on my channel? Leave me some comments, connect with me, let me know what's up with you. How was your year? What were your highs and lows? Thank you guys for hanging out with me this year, for being interested, if you are, in all the crazy things that I'm up to. Here's to hopefully more of the same, lots of new adventures and fun, crazy things happening for all of us in 2017. Happy New Year, everybody. Oh, wait, don't go anywhere yet. You know the drill. I want you guys to subscribe to my channel so that you can see all of my stuff. Not literally.